Okay guys, so welcome to the stream. Is it working? Yeah. Okay guys, so welcome to the stream. So if you have any questions, make sure to put them in the chat. There's no super chat because I don't have enough views on my channel yet to use super chat or be monetized. So just chat away in the normal chat if you want. Also, is my noise working? Let me check. Super chat or be monetized. Yep. Okay, so you can ask me questions over there and I'll answer any of them, or just tell me something that you want to tell me. If you have any questions about YouTube, how I got 1,000 subscribers and stuff, I'll answer them there. For now, we're actually just going to start on this drawing of Daenerys and Jon, and we're going to do a dragon's eye behind them and stuff like that. I have a sort of mock-up one done on the computer. I'm going to show you that now. So we will go real fast to that. And this is it here. So I did it on paint.net. If you don't know what that software is, it's just like a fancy version of Paint. I did it up very, very fast here. You can see it's very messy, especially Jon's hair. And then this is just kind of like a cartoony eye, but we're going to try and do it a lot more realistic now. Okay, so this is kind of the end goal, is we want to get somewhere like this with the pencil. But we're probably going to color it in a bit more too. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so hopefully more people join us anyways as we go along, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'll have to keep an eye on the chat. Right, I'm just going to open up the sketchbook. We're going to get started. Let's go and make sure that we can see the desk. Here's the desk. And we will move the keyboard so you have more space to see. There we go. And that's that. So we'll just wait and see if anybody comes in the chat. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up the stream on a separate computer just so we can see chat again. Now we have chat up. So now I can definitely know if someone writes something in chat, because sometimes it gets messed up and stuff. Okay, so we're going to start off by drawing out the composition. So from the picture we had before, basically, I'm just going to bring it up in front of me so I can see. Right, from the picture we had before, we want Jon to take up most of this side, Daenerys to take up most of that side, and then we want a big eye in the middle. But a good idea if you're drawing stuff is to kind of just lay it out very roughly first, and then we can go over with darker lines and try and get a better layout first, and that will give you a better video and stuff. I hope my video is working. Now it's working. Okay, so now you should be able to see the table and stuff. Okay, so let's get started with this. So over this side again is where Jon's going, and over this side is where Daenerys is going. Okay, so let's get started here. So I kind of want to just get a rough shape of their heads and stuff. That's kind of the idea. Now, the thing about Jon in particular, he has kind of a very pointy head. Is the best way of describing it. So I'm just going to get that in there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a very, 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 very light circle. And we're going to do one for Daenerys. And I want Daenerys to be a little bit lower down than Jon. I'm thinking like this much lower. So we'll go over here and we'll just put her a little bit lower. Again, just a little circle, just till we get their shapes in, and then we can draw them in properly. Okay, so my pencil is very sharp. I'm not used to drawing. It's a sharp pencil. But anyway, let's go here. So we'll do like this kind of collar thing on Jon. He always has a thing on his back. So yeah, so that's that. So what did happen here? How much of what you learned in college do you use at work? Which kind of work? I suppose engineering wise, they're probably talking about. So I'm an engineer for anyone who doesn't know. The stuff I use from college is somewhere in the 50% range. But like the actual maths and stuff, you use it as you need it. So, but you definitely use a lot of stuff you learned in college. If you're doing AutoCAD and things like that, as an engineer, it's invaluable. I use it every day. I use a good bit of thermodynamics, stuff like that, and that's what I tend to use mostly in work and stuff. I do. You use a lot of it. You use stuff you wouldn't think you use, like Gantt charts, project management stuff. A lot of the tools you learn in college are the main things you end up using. And of course, if you're an engineer, you're going to use maths at some point. I just happen to use a lot. I know other engineers that don't have to use as much, but it depends on what you're going to do in work, pretty much. So what I'm doing here now is I'm actually just trying to get John's like cloak pretty good, because he does have a lot of detail in his cloak, so I'm trying to get it as close as I can before I go shading and messing up everything. If you're wondering why I'm taking extra time on this part, and I'm going to have the same problem with Daenerys' hair, and I just realized something. Daenerys' head is too far over, so we're going to have to change that before we start drawing Daenerys. Right. So this is like where the armor kind of separates from John's body, and then it goes up over his arm like this. So let's see. Now we got 1, 2, too small here, and then we join that up, and then over here he kind of has only a few pieces, but he has one long bit here. So that's kind of, if you're wondering how I did the like prep thing on the computer, I'll just show you it again for anybody who has joined and doesn't know what I'm on about. Screen recording. So let's transition and then minus that one down. So this one here, this is the drawing I did, kind of like a pre-composition and stuff. Just did it on paint.net, and I basically just got a picture of John, a picture of Daenerys, and then kind of drew them in very roughly. And then the eye in the background, I put a little bit extra work in, even though it's very cartoony and it's not good at all. Okay, but we're going for the same kind of composition but more detailed. That's basically it. Okay, let's see if we can transition back. There we go. Okay, so now we kind of have John's rough clothes. We're just going to draw in his face a bit more. So I need to decide with John now if we're going to put him looking straight across the page, down, or what are we going to do. So at the moment, the way I had to draw there, he was looking very down. I think I want him more straight across the page. So in order to do that, we need to kind of get where his basic lines are going to be. So John, because he has a beard, he's going to lose a lot of his actual chin and stuff. So we just got to make sure that we draw in the basic outline of what his chin should look like, and then we can scribble the beard over it or draw over it with colors. Okay, so we got to get his face. We got a big thing here when you draw a head is you got to make sure you don't draw too small for the body or too big for the body, because it looks really weird if you do that, and that's kind of the only thing that you have to worry about and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, other things I suppose I did in college are I did a lot of sports and stuff, but the only thing I would say is if you're going to college is make sure you join clubs and do sports and things, because that really helps you a lot more than a subject would, even though subjects are very important. Because the reason why it helps you more is because it develops your social skills, and in every job you need some level of social skills. Even if you're not planning on socializing in your job, it's not the same thing. You still need to be able to talk to people and stuff. So yeah. So is John's head too small? Probably, but we can. It's okay. John has a lot of hair, so we might be able to fill out a bit with his hair. Right. Okay. So the thing about people's foreheads now. Your forehead goes way up on your head, so you can see it here, right? So when you draw someone's forehead, I would overdraw it and then fill it back in with hair, because your hair can be any kind of way, so it'll fill in all the gaps and stuff. So you can see here I'm drawing John's forehead bigger than what it probably is, but the reason for that is because I can go back over it then with hair. And I'm going to draw on a rough outline of what his hair kind of looks like. So he has this thing where it goes really short here and it's kind of cut back. This is because in the new season he kind of ties it back like that. So you can see like where the lines come straight back off his head and stuff. Usually. So we're going to go down this way. We're going to go straight down here. We're going to join it up to his beard because he kind of has I suppose you call it mutton chop straight down to the beard. Now, this is the problem here where we go. His beard is obviously going to be bigger than his chin. And since he's got mutton chops, it's going to go back that far. So we're going to rub out this bit. And then he's got long hair at the bottom. So he does a similar thing to Daenerys where they tie it back and then he has long bits coming out the bottom. That's what he kind of doing in this season, so that's why he takes so long. Galway versus Dublin for living and community. That's topical. For living, Galway much cheaper. Biggest difference. Definitely the biggest difference. Community-wise, it's similar. You just have to, if you're making friends in Dublin, you're going to have to travel to them a lot. That's the biggest difference. Like, it's more spread out, the community. At least for me it is, because I don't live in the center of Dublin, so I don't live where everybody who's my age is and stuff. That's probably the best way of explaining it. What else could there be? It's definitely a money thing. If you come up to Dublin, the money's the biggest shock. Especially if you come from somewhere that doesn't have as big a rent and stuff like that. Like Galway has big rent, but it's still nowhere near Dublin. Okay. Also, if anybody's watching this, there's a delay on when I see your comments and stuff. So if I'm not answering it, it's just because it'll happen a while in the video when I see your comment. Okay. So that's that. Right. I think I have a rough layout of John's hair here now. I think he has a bit taller on top though, because it goes around his head. I think that's good for his hair. Just for the outline. Now, I'm not doing detail. I just want the outline shape of this first, and I'm going to go back afterwards and do detail on his hair. He does have a mustache here, kind of thing going on. And then his nose, I think I'm happy enough with his nose. Noses are a big problem for me. They always mess up my faces when I draw them. Then for his eyebrow, maybe it'd be better to draw his eye. So if his eye should be here, but I've drawn it too high up. So let's try and draw his eye in and just make sure it can fit here before we continue. Yeah, that's actually okay. Let me draw on a little eyebrow here. That's not too bad, actually. So, the only thing is, John had... I looked at a few different pictures of Jon Snow as... I was trying to come up with this drawing, and the same with Daenerys. In earlier seasons, John had this like squint all the time going on in his pictures. Or in pictures I've saw of him. But now, in the newer ones, he has his eyes much more... and I suppose... It's not something on purpose, but or maybe it is. It just looks like they're trying to portray him as a more confident character. Right. So we have that. Now we need an ear. An ear is the big problem here. This is why this head looks so weird. I would say he has an ear here somewhere. With his hair going over it back here. That probably looks about right. Now, I don't know what kind of ear shape he got, but we'll go with this for now. And then he has the strongest cheekbone, so we can put a little line there for that. Now, here's a tip for anybody who's drawing and stuff. Just make sure you look at it straight on for a minute, make sure everything looks right. So on mine at the moment, his hair needs to be a bit longer in the back and his beard needs to be a bit shorter in the front. That's what I see. So his beard is going to be here. And the reason why you want to keep checking this as you go along is because if you make a mistake, it's better to just fix it then and there rather than trying to fix it later. Okay, so now. Okay, so that's kind of like a rough Jon Snow body kind of going on. This there. Let's push the line down this way as well. Just that way. Okay, so let's go on to Daenerys, the much harder one. The reason why Daenerys is so hard is if you're drawing girls, right? You're drawing a girl. Their hair is a huge thing. It can mess up your whole drawing if you're not detailed enough, and if you're too detailed, you can mess it up just by messing up. So first of all, I said we need to move her in a bit. So we're just going to draw that circle again. Okay. So there, we're going to move her in a bit off the side of the page because her hair does take up a lot in the way I drew the kind of composition of the picture. So on the computer. Stream gone offline. Why did the stream go offline? Is it offline? Back again. Okay. Okay, we're back again. So, anybody else got any questions? I've lost my train of thought now. We're gonna put KK in there. Just so people know what's going on. Grand. Let's just keep drawing. We're going to Daenerys, I suppose, now. Now, the thing is here, you can see with Jon, he looks a lot older here. And I'm wondering why the stream keeps kind of jumping. I'm guessing it's jumping. If I refresh. It seems to be okay, though. Okay. Right, let's just go back drawing. So it could be just an internet thing as well. So let's go and draw Daenerys. So I'm gonna draw her chins in first, because I find on girls that you can't be as messy as the boys, so you're almost better to be extra careful. Is the stream still working? Not receiving enough video. I think we're okay. I'm trying to check on the stream on the computer as well. It seems to be okay now. I'd say the quality's probably low though. Right, let's just draw Daenerys. Catch up here. Someone let me know if the stream is working or not working for you, if you can. So let's draw this. So girls' lips are a bit awkward, and that's why I'm really leaning forward. Basically everything about a girl, you gotta kind of be a lot more delicate. That's true in life and on paper. You can see here where I messed it up. Ooh. Okay, well, we'll just leave her for a sec and we'll go up and try and get the rest of the head in. No, this head is looking deformed. So where am I going wrong in it? That's the question. She might have a higher up head. They have this kind of thing going on. Something like that. Okay. So now let's think about her eye. Trying to get this nose right. Now, it might look really off in the pencil, but that's okay because if we color it in afterwards, we can cover up a lot of our mistakes. It's more important just to get your shapes in correctly, which I definitely haven't on this one. There's something really wrong with this. It's too small. Okay. Let's have another go. Let's try doing it from something else. Something that's... Yeah, let's try doing it from her eye. That might be better. Alright. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. This needs to go from here up. Oh. I wonder if... I wonder how many people are watching. 3 people. Okay. So, if you're watching, you're supposed to ask me a question at least, instead of being quiet. Hi, Dylan. Miguel. Miguel from Brazil. What's it in Portuguese? I don't know. I know hello in Spanish. Hola. It's the same in Portuguese. Miguel posts comments on a lot of my videos, so that's how I know who he is. Now that's better. That's a much better face on her. Okay. I need to make her lips more prominent. And then make her chin come back this way. Now, she's still looking kind of weird, but we'll do with what we can. Potato. Yeah, that's my favorite food, potato. It is actually my favorite food. I love potatoes. Give me mash any day, and that's me sorted. I don't know if you watched that in a video, Miguel, or if you just guessed it, but fair play to you. Or else maybe you just like the same food. Yeah? I don't know, in Brazil do you not eat more sweet, do you have regular potato or do you have sweet potato more? I think actually potato came from Brazil. Or it came from South America somewhere anyways. But I'm just interested. Is it the same potato we're on about here? Okay, now this is where we're going. Right. We need to get this right this time, so. So a big thing for Daenerys is she has her hair tied back all the time. So if you can kind of get the hair the right way around. I actually have another picture of her hair somewhere that I might use just to make sure I get this right. Let's see. This one. No, not the other one. She does it different in every season, but this way might be the best way to actually do this. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Just trying to look at this other picture if you're wondering why I'm looking away. Cheese on mash. No, you don't put cheese on mash. Just regular mash. Oh, don't even start, man. Just regular mash. mashed potatoes. You put. There's a lot of different ways to do mash, and I like most of them, but cheese ain't one of them. You can put cream in mash. You can put milk in mash. You can put eggs in mash. A little bit of salt. That's a good way to go. Butter and tiny bit of salt is a good way to go as well. Just regular old Irish mash. But I suppose that's not actually true, because in Ireland everybody has different ways of doing mash. And then when I went to Spain one year, you can actually get mash in like a dried form, and then you rehydrate it and you put it in the microwave. And that wasn't actually that bad, but it wasn't anything like normal mash. But you could see how it'd do good and stuff. I'm just trying to get this like pattern that Daenerys has in her hair, because if we get it now, we won't have a problem later doing this. And it doesn't matter if it's not perfect at the moment. It'd be way better if it was, but for now, we'll just go with what we got. Alright, this needs to go inside of this. It's called smash. What? Cheese on mash? That's a push now. You could have said a lot of other things. Sausage and mash? Smash? Or that's called, they call that bangers and mash here. The dehydrated stuff's called smash. Okay. I suppose it's probably pulverized into bits, like, that's the basic gist of it. That makes sense now. Wasn't that bad though, I must say. No. Right. Yeah, I think I kind of got her hair now laid out. What's it say? Smash is the dehydrated stuff. Yeah. It's just a delay through films. I heard you. Might take. I think the delay kind of changes a bit too, depending on how fast my thing can upload. So, and if your stream jumps as well, it gets a bit longer. The delay. Right. Now I kind of want to change your hair again to go like down the way. And get rid of this bit of back. So we're kind of doing her with like older style hair where she had it more flowy. Most interesting place you have traveled. They're interesting for different reasons, I suppose. Okay. I did really like Paris, New York, and Rome. I also liked Greece, but they're all for different reasons. Definitely New York was the most interesting place. Just a lot of stuff going on and things. When I was in New York, I actually got held at gunpoint by the police there, just because a whole issue. One person who was traveling to New York with us had like night terrors. And then her friend came into our room, called us for help. We ran down the hallway. And the police came up behind us because they had called the police as well because the friend didn't know what to do. They came running behind me and held up the gun and told me to stop running. So I stopped running, but they basically told me to get down until they got to me, and then I was like, I'm just going to my friend. One of my friends was calling for help. So then they proceeded on with me, but yeah, basically when I was in New York, I got held at gunpoint. I was in New York originally because we were visiting Juilliard. We got kind of a, well, it's kind of like an invitation thing slash the person who was bringing us knew the person in there, so they brought us into Juilliard and we saw some dance performances and stuff, because I used to be in a dance and singing and acting kind of performing arts group, and they brought us in there, so we saw a couple of cool things at that, and then we went to like the Blue Man Group, we went to a gospel church, things like that. It was really, really cool over there. It's very diverse, is the best way to describe New York anyway. Where in Greece? I went to Athens. I thought Greece, it's like very extreme. Like you've loads of lovely stuff to see, like sights, and you have loads of, I better get back drawn to, loads of what's the word? Yeah, you have loads of sights to see, and there is a tourist culture there from years, but everyone there is very, very poor. Even like I would go to grounds to say that normal people with jobs there would be, they would be having a hard time anyways, because we actually got talking to someone in the shop and they said if they don't have if he didn't turn up for a day, he'd probably lose his job and stuff. So it's kind of hard over there, I'd say. It was very cool though. The sights were very, very cool to see and things, and it was worth seeing. And if you're into all that kind of history stuff and stuff as well, yeah, I went to the Acropolis. Yeah, Acropolis was really cool. The only thing about the Acropolis is they're doing a lot of maintenance works on it when I was there, so I didn't get to see some of it, but it was still really, really cool. Even just to look out over the land from going up to the Acropolis was cool. And yeah, it was really cool. The walk up to the Acropolis wrecks people sometimes because it's quite hot. And we were fairly tired going up, but it's definitely worth going all the way up. Now here's a tip for doing girls' hair that I actually only learned this year. If you start at a section and then just like finish off a section, and then what you do is you cut off a bit with another bit of hair, and then you can actually start a new section. Do you get me? So that way it doesn't look like it's all choppy and stuff. So like here, you can put like a little bit of hair sticking out there, and that'll section that off. So you can concentrate on its section by section, rather than all at once. So I'm kind of sidetracking here because actually wanted to do was to get her body done, but I actually completely forgot and procrastinated. Okay, so let's put her in. We'll put her in her like kind of formally dressed thing. Another thing about her as well is she does have a very big eyebrow here. Why did I do that? There we go. Much narrower, shallower. Whichever way you want to see it. Take that there, and then let's put some. Let's try and get this hair on top to go the way we want it to go. There we go. It's a lot better here. Anyways, with that trick. What else we got going on in chat? I went to the Acropolis, yeah. It was cool enough. Other places. Well, actually, one thing that happened to me at the bottom of the Acropolis is these guys that give out wristbands. They try and sell them, at the bottom of the Acropolis, and I got tricked into buying 2. So, my favorite YouTube channels. That is a really hard question. I have lots of different favorites for a lot of different reasons. The ones that definitely inspired me to do vlogging were Casey Neistats, and Logan Paul and Jake Paul. Mark Donor. Mark Donor was a huge inspiration to me because I loved his cinematic style that he does in some of his vlogs. I like Jan Olsen. Jan Olsen is he's good at doing like travel style vlogs. Him and Yanni's his wife or girlfriend. Pretty sure they're husband and wife. Then I don't know what other kind of ones. Favorite non-vlog ones that first got me into YouTube, because originally I actually did a gaming channel on a different YouTube channel, but that kind of fell through because I kind of lost interest a bit in the gaming. Obviously I still game every now and again, but I figured I kind of needed for my own health to stop gaming so much. So I kind of got into these vlogs a lot more, and I actually really love doing the vlogs because it gets you out more, it gets you doing a lot more and stuff. Now, question here is, do I want to go all the way down her back with her hair, or do I want to give her like a cape? I think she has a purple cape in the show, so we might actually do that. So if we're doing that, we need to make this hair go out over it so it looks proper. Okay. Yeah, gaming channels. Shamelessly, I got into Brofresco for a good while. And then during the whole Pokemon Go thing, Ali I was big into League of Legends when I played the gaming channel, so a lot of the gaming channels I watched were either League of Legends or Minecraft related. But you learn a different thing by watching those channels than you do from vloggers. I'm trying to think of any channel that I watch like all the time. Well, Logan Paul I watch all the time because I got fairly addicted to him last year. Right, this is where we need to make her look like more curvy is the word I suppose I'm looking for here. We need to make sure that she doesn't look like she's just standing there. So if we go like that, that will give her like a curve for her back, and then we can concentrate on the rest of her body. Now the thing with Daenerys is she does have like really long hair, so you can bring it down here and stuff. I know an easy way to figure out what channels I like. I could just go to my subscriptions and see what I looked at recently. Is the channel working? Yep. Okay. Let's press a new one. Go over here and subscriptions. Dare Leagues is a good one if you want to learn about YouTube stuff. Actually, I can just look at my recommended because it's probably going to come up in that. Logan Paul is my most recommended because I watch him the most. Mark Donor. Official Athletics if you're into kind of fitness stuff. Tucker Gott is one that I've recently found. He does a lot of paramotors. I think it's really, really cool. Roman Atwood's, I watched him a lot more before. I've recently started watching him again. He's very he's a very good entertainer. He's probably the original version of what a vlogger is today. So you've got Jake Paul and Logan there that do their kind of style. Roman Atwood was a prankster originally, but he transitioned into vlogs for his family and stuff. But it's very, very similar to the way they are. if you want to know some music channels for like free vlog music and stuff, you've got like Hero Board, you've got like Vlog No Copyright Music, you've got NCS, which is No Copyright Sounds, you've got Frequency, or Free to Use. Was the old name. You have to look up Free to Use, I think, to get it. An Irish channel that I recently started watching was Foil Arms and Hog. And yeah, they're all pretty cool channels and stuff, so I don't know, I could go on for a good while. Any interest in edutainment stuff up there? So I guess you're on about like educational entertainment stuff. Yes, I do have interest in that stuff, but it's kind of as I find it. Vertasium was a good one for a while. You also have, my brain is, I can see the person in my head and I forgot what the channel's called. I don't like Vsauce anymore. I used to like Vsauce. It really rubs me the wrong way now. I think the format is just a bit too old. What other ones is there? I suppose... edutainment. Where's my subscriptions? To the subscriptions. Peter McKinnon is a good one if you want to learn how to do video stuff. Would definitely recommend him. That's kind of and it's not really edutainment. It's like educational videos. I don't know. I suppose I'm not interested in that that much anymore. I used to be a lot more interested in it. But that's kind of the thing with YouTube. You'll change over time and stuff. So that's that. Right. How far off are we in drawing? Because let's speed up, because what time is it now? It's already almost 10. So that's how much talking we did, people. It's getting closer to the bedtimes. I'm gonna keep going basically until I have this done, regardless of it going on too late. But I still don't want it to go on too late because I do have to work tomorrow. So what other things is there? So the reason why I'm drawing hair over here is because you have hair on the other side of your head as well, just in case you're wondering. Make sure she has her neck, and then the bad thing about Daenerys is she has so much hair. The good thing about Daenerys is she has so much hair to hide stuff. Like, even though I'm making mistakes here on the body, it's hiding it. So it's kind of like, I don't know if it would be better to have, if she had more or less hair, because I don't know if I'm better at drawing hair or bodies. And I'm thinking probably bodies. Okay. No. So let's assume, I think her should probably go in that way. I think she has a different front to her dress. It kind of goes up along her body here like this. Like it kind of, it's like a bathrobe style thing. What's your breakfast? I have two types of breakfast usually. If I get up late, I have a breakfast roll at the shop. Don't tell anybody. And other than that, I actually have porridge in the microwave, and I'll eat that. Sometimes I eat porridge and strawberries if I have strawberries, but usually it's just plain porridge with water in it. What's my favorite breakfast would be pancakes that my mum makes, or my sister. That'd be definitely my favorite breakfast. I do like a fry up as well, but I think pancakes are it's just a nostalgia thing. Okay, so we kind of have a rough layout of these two. Daenerys' eyes are probably too big, but it probably won't matter too much. Let's just put like a line here to separate it a bit. Okay, let's get the eye in the background, and then we can actually start coloring this and putting more detail into these things. I think I want to put a thumb here because that hand looks a bit big. Okay. Right. Now the question is, do we want to go the whole way down with the eye, or do we want it high up? So let's see. If I put the pencil there. So what I'm doing there by putting the pencil down is trying to get some kind of measurement to go off. So I'm going like this length here, and that, if you put down the pencil, is from the tip to here, kind of. Okay. Just so I have a rough idea of what I'm going for. Now, for an eye, the one I'm trying to do is a more reptilian eye. So it's kind of like this slit. Cats do it sometimes too. So sometimes if you're drawing an angry cat, this is a good way to draw an angry cat's eye. And if you haven't guessed, I really like drawing eyes. I'm going to draw it on a tilt as well, because if it was a dragon and it put its head down here, it wouldn't be straight across unless it was asleep beforehand and just opened its eye. Right. Any more questions? What's your favorite breakfast? What's your breakfast? Yeah, we got that one. Just in case you didn't hear, I love pancakes. Going to watch hurling on Sunday. I am not going to go to watch the hurling. I will probably see the hurling on a TV somewhere, but I'm not going to go purposely and watch it. I used to like hurling a lot more when I was younger. That's the best way of describing that. Kind of went off it in recent years. So I have to remember now that this little bump here is eye stuff. It's not Daenerys. Right. And I can make a decision here now where do I want to go super detailed on this eye, or do I want to just like a more cartoony look. Right, we're gonna get this iris in. That's the pupil. And eyes are really, really cool for drawing because of one thing. You can tell a story in an eye more than anything else, I think, in a drawing. If you get your eye good, which Daenerys here has a really bad eye, so let's fix her eye. Your pupils are way too big, but right, it'll be okay. Are you gonna watch the hurling shoe films, or if Miguel is still here, is he gonna watch hurling? Probably not, since it's in Brazil. But maybe. Shoe films, I'm guessing, is Irish. Shoe films sounds really familiar. I'm guessing someone I know is actually shoe films. But don't tell me in the chat. Anyways, if you're someone I know, you can tell me at a later date. So be ratting yourself out. Right. Let's think about this now. So we have this eye. We need detail in this eye. Since it's going to be a dragon, I'm going to make it all scaly. It's Scales are easy to do. Just make boxes, doesn't matter what shape they're, doesn't matter if they're circles, triangles, whatever. You just gotta be, you gotta break it up somehow. That's how you make scales. Big, alright. Maybe air square, big screen going up first. And that's on Sunday. I'm definitely going down. That's it. I'm going to Galway anyways for the weekend, so if the big screen is up in Air Square, we're going to Air Square on Sunday. We'll get that in the vlog, and we'll watch some hurling. So, I definitely know the person who shoot films if he's from Galway. That's it. Right. Made that too small. Make this one bigger. So you can see here that I'm putting a lot more work into the eye, and it's just because I like doing eyes. I like doing eyes, I like doing reptiles. My art project for Leaving Cert and Junior Cert were dragons. And my improv for Leaving Cert was a sort of a dragon. But I bet you don't guess what I got as the, if you know what the Leaving Cert is, it's the like last test you take out of high school in Ireland. Okay? And basically for art they give you topics that you can pick. Well, they give you a passage and you have to try and do an improv off of it. So my improv was a green slimy shell, and I did like a green turtle kind of dragon. Then for my actual project, I picked to do a poster, and I did Milan Fashion Week, and I did like a dragon behind like mannequin, kind of ripping it apart, ripping it apart with their eye and everything, taking up a lot of the page and stuff. So that's kind of where I got really good at drawing dragons, because for a solid year up to Leaving Cert, I drew dragons upon dragons upon dragons upon dragons. And Junior Cert, for that whole year, I drew Spyro type dragons, which are more cartoony, but definitely my Leaving Cert was way better. Way better. I learned loads of stuff in Leaving Cert. Art class. In every Leaving Cert subject, I probably learned a good bit. Right. So whoever Shoot Films is, I know you because you said you're from Galway. I suppose I will see you Sunday in the square if you're there for it. Come up to me and say that you were watching the vlog and stuff. And if you want to be on the vlog, I'll have the camera. You can say hi to the vlog. Now, the thing here now is I've gone very structured around here, but if you ever look at something with scales, it breaks down very fast, the structure stuff. So you need to kind of mix up the shapes when you go out further. Especially if you want to kind of create a sense of depth in the thing. So, like, obviously you're going to have something that follows along the eye, right? That's kind of what I did there for the first two layers. But you're probably going to have, like, wrinkles and imperfections and stuff. So you can get around that by just changing the shape of a scale to a different shape. And that actually changes the whole kind of curve that it follows. You can be very random with this. Now, John's cloak kind of looks like scales, so we got to be careful when we color this in that John doesn't turn into half a dragon. Even though that would be a cool picture. But, alright, we're gonna break this down more. Okay, maybe if I do this kind of one, and then we need to get more from behind John. Right, there you go. So that's that corner done. Make sure John's body doesn't get lost here now. And if you're wondering why I'm drawing in the dragon now really detailed, and I'm not going as light as I did with John, or, well, Daenerys I kind of went dark anyway, but not with John, it's because I'm going to scribble over this for John, and it'll be a bit better and stuff. Might do if I can make it. Okay, no worries, no. Shoe films. Sure, if I know you, I'm going to see you around one day anyway. I think I actually do know who Shoe Films is now. It's in my head. I won't say it out in the vlog, but I think I do know who it is. And I will see you next time we're around college, if you're the person I think. I'll be around college for graduation and stuff anyway. No. Who else we got here? Anybody else? Anybody else? Let's check. 2D stream. 3 people watching. Wonder who the 3 are. So guys, if you're only joining this channel here, I am trying an immense feat to draw a dragon behind Daenerys and Jon Snow. It looks very rough at the moment. That's because it is very rough at the moment, but we're hoping to improve this as we go on. Now, let's get these weirder shape scales in here. Just spread them out a bit. Now, the question is here, do we go coloring with pencil, or do we mix it up and go with actual colors, like markers and coloring pencils and stuff? I don't mind, but I don't think I have every color and pencil that I need. So I could probably improvise with a marker to make up skin tones and stuff, because I think I don't have my skin colors in coloring pencil. Right. Almost done. Okay. So now we have all the outside of this eye. Let's do the inside of the eye. So I'm thinking I should get a picture of a dragon's eye in order to make sure this works. Just type in Game of Thrones Dragon Eye. Don't hit enter. Let's see what we got. Images. Right. That's not that helpful, but I suppose one thing they tend to have is they have what's called like little broken up bits here. They have like broken up irises with bits of black and stuff, so we're gonna try and emulate that. So it's at this point now where you're probably getting tired doing a drawing. And one thing I would say is it's at this point now where detail becomes a lot more important if you want to get like your best output. Because here's where you can correct stuff. You see here, for example, John's hair looks like a mess at the moment. Or Daenerys' eye here is a bit bigger than what it should be. So you can fix this at this point. But once you lay down your color, you can't fix as much as you would have. Butter or salted popcorn? I actually like both of those, but I think it's butter that I like. No, it's not. Salted I like more. Salted I like more. I don't like the rainbowy cotton candy one. I hate that one. It's like sweet popcorn, I suppose it's called. I think it's the salted one I like. The one that you get in the cinemas in Galway, whichever one that is. I suppose you might know Shoe Films. I think I do like buttered though as well. Yeah, it's definitely salted. Salted. One in the cinema is salted because you can taste the salt. So yeah. Now we need to go from this way because that eye is looking awfully flat. Okay. I'm kind of being a lot more messier, and the reason for that is we need to start finishing this up if we're going to get to bed tonight, people. So spending years drawing eyes, even though the thing I said about if you pay attention to detail at this point it looks a lot better. It's totally true, but we also need to be reasonable. And we can definitely get away with a trick here for this because an eye is random enough anyways. Not many people look at them too close, so just doing that. And then we're going to rub out a bit. Not fully rub out, just kind of lightly rub them out so we can color over them. Yeah. Now, so we have all those kind of like little lines in. Next most important bit of an eye is a highlight. So we're probably going to light up their faces. So we're going to put the highlight at the top somewhere. So we're going to go like here. Highlights can be any shape for eyes. I'm going to put quite a big highlight in this eye. Something like that. Does that look about right? Maybe this way. And then we'll put another one here. Okay. We're gonna rub out Daenerys' eye because we had that problem with it being too big. We're just gonna shrink it a little bit. See if we can get a better shape to her. That's actually a bit better, yeah. Okay. I'll put in a eyeball of the pupil. It's much better shape to her. Her lips are too small. Go back a bit further with the lips. That's better. Right, John now. John has his nose is too small. Make it bounce out a bit more. His hair is too small. Okay, now let's fill in John's hair. John's hair is going to be a lot easier. Just because you kind of know how it goes. Okay. Good night. I'll see the finish tomorrow. Good luck. Good luck. They'll put a flab of coal in cinnamon popcorn. Okay. I don't mind. I like whatever they put in the cinnamon popcorn. I'm sure that flavicle is probably something bad for you, but I'm kind of the mind that if you've been eating it for years, you've probably done your damage shit anyways. Okay, so now we have a pencil drawing of Jon and Daenerys. Let's see what it looks like. That's actually not that bad. She definitely has too big of a eyebrow here. Let's try and fill in more hair. Try and save some of that. And then maybe we will actually just put back in a bit. Right. Now let's get the coloring. The problem I said is we don't have a skin tone. We have one marker that kind of resembles skin tone. So we're just going to color their faces in with this marker and see how it goes, and then we'll shade it in with it like a brown or something. So we're going to very flat tone them. And I'm not going to do what I did for a previous drawing. If anybody watched the vlog where I put the Academy, Hero Academy one, and I put orange over this, it really messed it up. So I'm just going to go with this color. We're going to see how it goes. What's the question? That's what makes it taste so good. Okay, well that's good. Irish A, yeah, I'm Irish. Dean Ambrosia, official RU. Hi Dean. Ambrosia. Why do I know that name? That's definitely something that was out in Ireland when I was young. Ambrosia. Well, maybe that's not what you said there, but that's what I'm hearing in my head. Forgot to fill in a little bit of her hair here. We're actually gonna put an ear there just to fill out her head a bit more. So we're talking here is where the ear should be. Now, because this is marker, I'm not coloring in her lips. You can color in her lips with a marker, but I don't have the color that's going to make it light enough to still look like lips. So, we're just going to have to put a like lipstick tone on her lips, like a pink or something. And for John, we can actually just color in his lips this color. Probably won't look too bad. I'm trying to still go with the shape of the face for the marker, because a thing that happens with markers is they're awful bad for leaving holes and all that kind of stuff. Even if you do it in the proper circular motion that you're meant to do it in. What I do is I actually just try to go with the face, and then I go back over, and then the kind of curves will go with the face. Or you can do this where you like to really, really carefully. Now, okay, so now we have two faces. How many people we got now watching? Let's check that. Make sure that we're still talking to everybody. Three people watching, so this is actually gonna be a long vlog. Right, let's think about YouTube. I suppose if you're watching this, you might want to know about YouTube, and I can give you tips on how I got to 1,000 in about 2 weeks. I'd say a month to be safe, but 2 weeks really, I think. Right, we're not going to do black yet. Black can help us save stuff later. Let's do Daenerys hair. Daenerys hair is white, he's silver. So we need to find a color that's close to that. This is very light gray, we'll probably do it. Let's go with that. So what I'm doing here is I'm just coloring in her hair, and then I'm going to go back over the pencil lines then with a darker color. Okay, I think we went over that. Then we're going to get a darker color, and since we want to keep her hair kind of white, we might actually go over with white as well, but white won't really show up in color and pencil. Kind of just is like a protector thing, so best way to describe it is if you put white down first, it won't color that area. So like on a highlight is a kind of good idea. Like, so when we go to color this later, it won't go over this, but it kind of looks really cheesy sometimes. So bye Dylan, bye Shoe Films. Do you think onions are more round these days? Onions aren't round, man. Onions are round on one side. Do I think onions are more round these days? There's definitely something I'm missing here, though. No, I don't think onions are more round these days. That's my answer. I'm just sticking to it. Do you think onions are more round these days? And if so, why do you think onions are more round these days? How about that? Shane. or Sean. Oh no, it's Seen True Haggis. That's his name. Seen True Haggis. Okay. Ewan McDonald. Hey Dylan, what's your opinion on White Walkers? Well, it depends on what you want to know about them. I actually like the White Walkers. I think in the show there's not enough about White Walkers going on. Like, we kind of only see them when they're obviously the bad person, but they're a cool enough idea. Obviously there's a copy of what, like a zombie kind of thing going on, but they're definitely a cool thing, and the graphics on some of them are amazing. I prefer the Red Walkers. Who's the Red Walker? Red Walkers. What am I thinking of my head? What's the Red Walker mean? I'm guessing I'm missing something. Is it the thing? No, it's definitely not the thing I'm thinking of. That thing was black. Ready salted, I think, there. Which is ready salted? Onions, chips, popcorn. We've been talking about too much food in this vlog. I don't know what's ready salted. Ugh. Ready salted. Crisps. Crisps. Ah, yes, I get you. I get you. They're crisps. Or, I don't know, they call them different names in other countries. We call them crisps here. I get you. I don't think I've had Red Walkers, or if I have, I probably don't have them again because I don't remember them. But I'm guessing there's something. Oh wait, there's something in my head. I don't eat them. I don't know if I eat them. Right. They're crisps anyways. Red Lays. Can't believe you're a fan of the Warriors and have not seen the demonstrations in America just now. I haven't seen them. And I'm guessing they're different White Walkers. I've seen the demonstration in America just now. I haven't, but I will find out after this vlog what happened in America just now. I've been working all day, man, and then when I came home, I started doing this stream in order to do this. So I kind of don't know if anything happened today in America. I only watch GOT for... Oof. That's fair enough for you, man. They're walking... Oh, I know what you're on about. You're on about different things. You're on about a different type of White Walker. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on YouTube, but I know what you're on about now. Those people are horrible, just so you know. It's the people I am thinking of, but maybe I'm wrong again. Yeah. Those people. The ones with the pillowcases on their heads. They're absolutely horrible. And in a lot of countries, say I'm from Ireland, right? They're taken as a joke over here a lot. We don't take it seriously at all, but it's actually terrible, like, what they do. Like, if we actually think about it, on the serious side, it's absolutely awful. Like, even just verbalizing what they think is terrible. Like, no offense, but would you rather have legs as long as your fingers or fingers as long as your legs? I've been asked this question already this year. Would I rather have legs as long as fingers, or as your fingers, fingers as long as your legs? Fingers as long as your legs. Fingers as long as your legs. Definitely. Why would you want it the other way? Like, bigger is better. That's my opinion on that. If you got big fingers, you've got how many more legs? You've got, if your finger was the size of a leg, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've got 12 legs in the end. So then you could just use your fingers as legs, and you could use it. You'd probably not be able to pick up anything. That's the only thing. But I think I wouldn't mind that. I think having you're basically on about having really, really long fingers. It would be hard for me to draw, but I definitely find a way. I could draw with my feet. I've drawn things in the sand with my feet. No worries. With my legs. You could draw, like, it'd be hard to draw on paper. Drawing's not really something that's not scalable. You can do it at any size with anything. Like, if you had really, really big fingers the size of legs, then that finger you're eventually going to get strong enough to lift that finger. Is that Chewbacca on the left there? What does it say? Prove I can draw on my legs in the sand. Alright, I'll do a vlog on it one of the days for you. I'll draw a big picture in the sand. I don't have sand here though. This Chewbacca on the left. He does look a bit Chewbacca at the moment. Let's fix John. Let's fix John. John is easy to fix because he just has loads of black on him. Yeah. I said the left. This side. Alright. Okay, no, that's meant to be Daenerys. I would say that it's definitely got something wrong with here. This area right here is really annoying me. But the hair and stuff definitely would make her look like Chewbacca. I'm gonna fix her anyways as we go on. Don't worry about that. What does it say? His name, John. Oh, so if you don't know what I'm doing, read the title of the thing. I am attempting to draw Daenerys and Jon Snow. This one's Jon Snow, that one's meant to be Daenerys, but Daenerys is definitely looking not so good at the moment. Okay, what does it say? Jon Snow, the news presenter, looks... No! Kit Harington is who I am on about. Looks more like... Maybe. Is it? I would say 90% of all people get trapped in their neck curtains when they're trying to change them. Have you ever tried to change a neck curtain? You definitely get them drop it on your head and stuff. I don't think it's an age thing of any kind. But it's false anyways if you're meaning it. If you're meaning it in a literal sense, nobody gets trapped in them for a long period of time. I've seen actually a few people who've been frustrated and they go to change their neck curtain or their bed sheet and they just give up halfway through. That could probably be considered. What's your opinion on the flat Earth theory? The Earth is round, man. It's just how science works. That's the gist there. But yeah, the flat Earth theory, yeah. But I suppose in you can think of it whatever way you want, but in science terms, the Earth is round. But if you would like it to be a different shape in your mind, go for it. That is the best way of explaining that. But the Earth is round, scientifically. So we're getting anywhere near this hair shape. I think we got his hair shape down. That actually doesn't look too bad for cheap felt tip markers and pencil. She definitely needs a bit of fixing. Oh, I get the Chewbacca thing now. I know why she looks like Chewbacca. Too much hair. That's the one. So whoever said she looked like Chewbacca, thanks for helping me. We're gonna fix her up right now. I'll just extend the dragon scales up a bit. That should fix that a bit. Bit less hair. Oh. Right. Cuboid. I'd like to be a cuboid. Is he saying that? I'd like it to be a cuboid. Oh, you'd like it to be a cuboid. Okay, that's fine. So flat on the sides, flat on the top, flat on the bottom. Ooh. Is that music of Riverdance I hear in the background? The music you hear in the background is from No Copyright Sounds. The playlist is in the description if you want to look at it. It's music that is free to use as long as you give credit to the artist afterwards. So I have the playlist in there for credit during the vlog, but afterwards I will go down through the playlist and copy in all the names so you can see it afterwards if you want. Cuboid. Are you going to draw John? No, I'm not going to draw him with that. Keyboard. Yeah, I know what a cuboid is, man. Unless it's a different word you're trying to say. Okay, let's see. Oh, I get it. I'm glad you got something, man. The Irish don't believe in cuboid. It's well documented in Irish history books. Asia? No, I am not. Okay, let's see. Well, one thing, Ireland's not a continent, man. And the other thing is, well, you could get a round potato if you really tried. And when you fell into the mistake of thinking Ireland's a continent. Ireland is not a continent. Ireland is a country. Well, it's an island, but it's two countries. Go look it up, guys. Go look it up if you want. Ireland is an island. And Ireland is an Ireland, because we have two Irelands. There's a Republic and there's a Northern Ireland, and they're two different countries. So technically, Ireland is an Ireland. It's one of the islands, just south of Tasmania. No, it's not. Ireland is east. I think. Wait, east, west. Ireland is west of the United Kingdom. It is east of the Atlantic on a map. It is south of Iceland. It is north of, more Atlantic, but a little bit north of Portugal, Spain kind of area. They're pretty the closest on the map. 333 degrees southeast to be exact. Tasmania. Oh, south of Sesame. Hmm. That actually could be an interesting thing to look up. Give me a sec. East of Atlantis. We're east of the Atlantic Ocean. Whatever, guys. You're funny anyways. You're funny. I'll give you that much. Right. Now we need to fix up everything else. Is Atlantis near Dundee? I have no idea. Fundy. Okay. On a kind of serious note, did I enjoy the last episode of GOT? Yes, I did enjoy the last episode. Unfortunately, it was spoiled on me because I watched the script thing. Someone had the script on YouTube before the episode came out. So that kind of ruined a lot of the episode, but it was really, really good. The second last one, I really enjoyed graphics-wise and stuff, but obviously it was a copy of the fight from last season a little bit. But it was still, I enjoy it regardless. Like, you had the moments where you thought people were going to die in it. Too, I'm not going to ruin it for anybody who doesn't see it, but it was really, really good in the second last episode. Right, let's start getting these filled in. Okay, let's see. Kind of serious. The Ice Green Dragon was alright. Yeah, he was pretty cool. Yeah. If animals could talk, which one would be the rudest? Which one would be the rudest? I don't know. Maybe a camel because it spits a lot. Depends on what your kind of thoughts on rude are, I suppose. Because you could think rude is people just insulting each other, or you could think it's just a mannerism. Like, for example, in Ireland here, we would consider it quite rude if people, like, sniffled over and over again, or, like, sucked back in their boogers and stuff. But in Japan, apparently, that's the way they do it. No Chewbacca. Yeah, no Chewbacca. This live stream's going on a lot longer than I thought it was going to go. Alright, let's just do this as good as we can. Seagull. Or ostrich. An ostrich and a seagull. Yeah, I'd say they're any of those gel pens you consider. No. Don't got any gel pens. A seagull. I don't know if a seagull would be that rude. I actually minded a seagull for work a long time ago. I used to work at the aquarium in Galway in Ireland, and there was a seagull that broke its wing, and we minded it for a while, and it was actually not the worst thing. It was very similar to any other kind of pet. Like, once you feed something, an animal, they know they're not scared of you, and then it's not that bad. Most birds, though, they do kind of poop everywhere, but they're not too bad. Like, all animals are the same roughly. But like a normal person, they just learn a behavior and then they stick with it. Okay, let's get this done. Okay, let's see. Tip for your hags. Du. Hmm. It doesn't really, and that's actually kind of dangerous that you can say to someone who, do you know? What happens if he actually does it? Don't ever do that, people, if anybody else is listening. Stay away from the glue. See, Owen, you shouldn't tell people things like that. Didn't mean to say it. Hi, Miguel. You back? Did you leave for a while? Miguel, ignore this chat. I don't know what age you are, Miguel, but it's not helpful. Just so you know. Now, I'm getting somewhere with these eyes. Okay, we're getting somewhere. No, do I do it for every scale or leave off? Once work. The seagull or the person was hit with a shovel. Poor thing either way, whichever one it was. Oh, I get it. Poor seagull. Miguel, here's a question for you. In Portuguese, what's the proper word for sorry? Because I said, in reply to one of your comments once, I said desculpe, but I think that's excuse me. But what's the proper word for sorry? If you can understand me. Hi Yoshi. Not much lately. Since I moved up to Dublin, there's not much time. I really want to go kayaking one of the weekends again. I was kayaking up until left college after I got a job and stuff. But I actually haven't got any kayaking done since I moved up to Dublin. That's definitely one of the things I miss. I actually told that to people, that I just miss water. That's the biggest thing I miss in Dublin. Walking out in Bray and Greystones the last day was definitely a really good idea. I miss seeing the water. I've been kayaking. Good for you, Owen. Where did you go kayaking, Owen? How about that? Have you been out kayaking, Owen? Oisin? Sorry. I had a friend with the last name Feely here. First. Last time I was out was the island party. Tried to get a key a couple of times, but since no luck. Yeah, so that happened to me one year. Probably the year I first got into kayaking. The best bet is you need to get the number of someone who's going to have the key a lot. During the summer, it's hard to get a key because of Corb Canoe, and it kind of like is, if you can keep your boat somewhere outside of the shed, you're a lot better off, and then just walk it down to the water for NUIG. Right, Loch Ness. Man, sorry. I'm trying not to laugh at your jokes, Owen. Haggis. But you're getting to me now. Miguel has gone somewhere, I'd say. Last time I was out, did you see yourself in the video, Oisin? You're in the video for the island party, I'd say. I haven't bought a boat just yet. You want to look for a second-hand boat? That's your best bet starting off. If you go up on Facebook, you can probably get one dirt cheap, like. You might get it for I've seen people get a boat for 50 quid. You really have to keep an eye on all the forums and on the Facebook and stuff. Loch Ness is where you kayak. Cool. I'm trying to restrain myself from making jokes, but if you really do kayak in Loch Ness, that's actually pretty cool. You know? Yeah, I might try to get a bit of gear, probably first a helmet or... Yeah, when I bought my boat for kayaking, I got it for $450, and that was a polo boat. But if you look around, you can definitely get like a really old, cheap freestyle boat for under 100. I would definitely say that would happen. Yeah, it's a lifestyle, but I'll show you in a vlog. I really should make a list of things I have to show in the vlogs, guys. It's getting quite long now. No. I will. I'll show you the boat. I don't have it here with me. It's at home in Galway. Oishin can probably verify I have a boat somewhere. I'd say in the chat. He's probably seen me playing polo. Good luck, Oishin. Good night. Ocean. Chat's going a bit crazy. I think I'm nearly getting to the stage now where I can just go mad with colors, because I have all of the inking nearly done. Better sign this too as well somewhere. It's been a long time since I've spent this much time with a picture. I want to make sure that we could go off a bit because it's looking like it's not. Okay. Let's see what it says. What's your next vlog plans, Dylan? Right, I was meant to do a collaboration with someone this week, but they've actually put me off till next week, so I will be doing a collaboration with someone in a week's time, and it's about cats. Then tomorrow my girlfriend is coming back from England, and she probably will be in the vlog tomorrow. 2 weeks time I'm meeting up with loads of YouTubers, and I'll have to put that in the vlog. Now, this is the point here, since you two are the only ones in the chat. I think. Do you want the ice dragon or do you want the other dragon? Do we go blue or do we go red? Because we gotta pick a color now. So I'll give you a few seconds to answer. No, I'm not collabing with him. I'm collabing with a couple of different people. I don't want to mention any of them in case any of them fall out with me and then it doesn't happen. You know? As in, they don't do it because of other stuff they're doing. Sometimes people are just too busy to collab. I've kind of gotten the habit now of... Are these in between any of these colors? Yes, they are. Now we got more colors. It's the same. That one, that one, that one. This is how you do an eye, people, if you want. Red, ice, red, ice, ice, red. I think it's a flip a coin moment, is it? Unless someone else is in this chat and wants to pick a different color. Red. Red. Just because they took out all the blues, you want the red. Right, so let's do the red one. Alright, if we're doing red, we'll need a lot of colors. Alright, let's do the red one. So basically you want to get all your colors. No, it's not just red. You have to try and make it fade from one color to the other in order to make it look even better. So get all the colors that are associated red. We probably won't use the pinks because the pinks are probably too light. And then we're going to organize them based on how dark they are. That one's a bit darker than that one. That one, that one. This one's a bit darker than this one. These purples and pinks we'll probably not even use, but we might use them for a bit over here. So what you're going to do is get your darkest color first. And the thing about dragons is, I'm just going to get a picture so I don't mess this up. I have a picture here. Yeah. If you're doing like a magical dragon or whatever, they often have a light bit around the pupil. So what we're going to do that way is probably this orange is going to be our light. Its color. So we're just going to go around the pupil like this. And then we're going to make it yellowy. I just use Crayola when I'm coloring. Nightmare. Keep it within the lines. It doesn't matter if you don't keep it within the lines with markers. You can go back over with black and then fix it. Problem with markers is a nightmare to get it all even. Okay. Now, so we have our lightest orange in here in the middle. And then what we're going to do is we're actually just going to go and find the middle kind of arc line. So about here and then about here. And that's going to mark where we're going to fade from. Bring it out a little bit more. Right. It's all about artistic freedom. You're going to take ages, just color the whole thing red. Yeah, but it'll look cooler. It doesn't matter if it takes ages. We're going to have a bit of fun, like. This orange is probably a bit lighter, but if we mix it with the black, it should go a bit darker. Yeah. What does it say? Need a brown pen. I have a brown marker. It's okay, we got a brown marker. Right, what else we got? Next darkest orange. So what I do is I kind of go back over a little bit just to try and hit some of the gaps. And since this is like the mid-tone, because we have two more colors that are going to be darker than this, it kind of doesn't matter if you get it mixed in with other colors, because it'll just balance out the whole picture anyway. This marker's actually fairly dying. I'd say I used too much in a different picture. Anyway, got that done. Now let's get the reds. Enough cuboids. Enough cuboids for your liking. We can make the scales cuboid if we need to. We'll fix them up once we're coloring. Anyways, let's get this red in then. What's the most ridiculous fact I know? I don't know. I'm trying to think what's one I can say on the internet. There has to be an innocent one I can say. Let me think. Oh, well, here's one just for internet people if you know this video. Cats aren't scared of cucumbers. Just so you know. There's also, I suppose, I'll do the old one I used to tell kids at the aquarium. That I suppose male seahorses don't have, are the ones that have the babies. Females don't have them. Males are the ones who get pregnant. There's one, you might know that one. A lot of people do know that one. Yeah, it's nothing to do with the cucumber. It's to do with if you put any object behind a cat when they're distracted, they'll get scared. That's why if you look at the videos, most of them are actually eating at the time. Because they've distracted them with the food, and then when they turn around, they're like, what's that? It's nothing to do with it being a cucumber. I'm trying to think if I know any ones I can see on the internet and not get in trouble. I do have a few odd ones, but let's think. Now, here's where a problem is. I don't have a darker red, so we're gonna have to make darker red. Opposite color to red is green. So if you get a light, dark green, go with this one. Right. So that's just to get me my final red, because I don't have the next darkest, so this green will give us a little bit darker. If we just let it kind of like bleed through a bit, you'll get a greeny color, but it'll be a bit dark. Right, I think that's a good iris. Now let's use them pinks and purples that I was on about. So the reason why I was going to use pink and purple was for over here. So we're going to put one there, and we know that one is here. I'm tired. Okay. What does it say? Well, I missed loads there. Cuboid. Depends on how I put the cuboid. My favorite fish is the hammerhead jelly shrimp. What's yours? My favorite fish, just from personal experience, is I really like blonde rays or white skates, because that's the two fish that I dealt with the most. They were there the whole way through my 9 years at the aquarium. But I actually like a lot of different fish and stuff. The ghost knife fish is mine. It's a cool fish. I also like any bottom feeder. You like bottom feeders. So if you want to look up more types of bottom feeder fish, you can look up demersal fish, and you'll get all the ones that live on the ground and stuff. Like rays and stuff. Rays are bottom feeders. A lot of sharks are too. I'm tired. Alright, you can go to bed. You don't have to stay up and wait for me. This video will be up anyways on my channel, and you can look at the rest of it tomorrow if you want. Okay? Need to sign off. Good luck with the rest of your dragon. Like that. Yeah, no worries. Thanks anyways. Good night, man. That's a nice compliment anyway. Right. In the show, he's not green. He is brown. Let's go with the brown for this dragon son. Cool. Thanks, Tom. Goon. I'll see you around, so again. Yeah, let's just do it with brown then, since I'm pretty sure he's brown in the show. So everyone who watches your live stream later is going to listen to you answer these ridiculous questions and have no idea. No, they're not going to have any kind of idea what I'm on about. I don't know who will even watch it. Probably people who watch most of my vlogs will probably watch it. But I don't think they're going to know what's going on, but sure, they can ask me in the comments, and then I can reply to them. Or sure, you can reply to them if you really want. They're not gonna have any clue about what I'm on about. Now the question is, will I have enough brown to do this whole thing? I'm gonna have to do it the speedy uppy way because it will run out. You can fill in the rest with like a orangey color or something that'll. No. Here, off the bag. Look what the rest of your dragon looks awesome. Cool. See you, Sean. Or Haggis. I keep calling you Sean. See you, Haggis. See you, Haggis. You can check out the end if you just click the end of the video tomorrow. You know, and you can see what it looks like if you wanna. I wonder if anybody else is on. We're gonna make it to the end anyways, people. There's no point in just stopping and stuff. Might as well make sure it's a complete photo or complete picture. And I think I know what I'm gonna do. At the end of this, I'm gonna write whoever written chat. I'm gonna write their names on the back, so then forever I'll know who written chat. And if I ever end up giving away these pictures, it'd be a cool thing to have on the back, wouldn't it? What time is it now? 11. Will we try and finish this by 12? Let's say we could. I think I was too relaxed with it at the start. I spent too much time on laying them out, and drawing the composition and all that kind of stuff. So now the marker is on its way out. It's on its last legs. If we can get through the last few scales here, we'll be doing real well. Not to mention the only other problem is I have to go in and fill in the middle of all these with some color, and I don't think I have enough colors. Okay. Let's complete this eye because I probably will forget otherwise. Right. I think we're going to have to do it a different way. Let's do it like this. This will just make the marker last a bit longer so we can get around all of them, even though there are going to be little white spots, but I think for the next one I might pre-draw a good bit of the drawing because it did take way too long to do this, and I probably set too big of a goal for the whole vlog. Not for the vlog, for the whole live stream. See, on the vlogs it's different. I can take as much time as I want, even though I did take less time in the vlog ones, but I can take as much time as I want and speed it up if I need to, or cut out bits if I need to. But on live stream you can't do that. And I think trying to draw a big piece like this is probably not the right idea. If I draw on one character instead of 3, it would have been a much better idea. Because at least then we would have finished. With everybody still on the vlog or on the live stream. Wonder if anybody's on it at all now. If anybody has just joined the live stream, make sure to go and send me a message in the chat so I know. If you're reading the chat from before, it's probably a bunch of nonsense. Don't worry about it. It's just people having fun messing. So if you're wondering what I'm doing now, is I'm going around adding the next layer in of all these highlights, because I'm trying to make the dragon as true to the colors of the show as possible. I was going to do the ice dragon, but people in chat said they wanted the other color. They wanted the red eye color. So that is why we are doing this type of dragon instead of the ice one. Now, we could go red or we could go orange. Orange is probably too big of a jump. Is red too bright though? It kinda is. Let's test this on the other one. Yeah, orange is the way to go. So let's do a small bit of red in each, and then we will do orange as well. Actually, you could probably double our time here if we do the shitty trick you do as a kid. Maybe if we flip which direction they're in. Yeah, that's the one. This is a much faster way of coloring them in, and it's more chaotic, so it actually looks pretty good. That's pretty cool. Okay. Dragon Eye. Almost done. Just gonna put a shine on it here. Okay, now we just need to finish coloring John and Daenerys, and we can finish up. Now we need to make sure that we stay true to the colors for them because it won't make sense otherwise. So let's look up Jon Snow and Daenerys. Right. Whole lot of black and gray. Damn it. Right. It's not too bad though. Okay. And then okay. And here. If you're wondering why I'm doing these kind of dotted lines, it's because it's so we get like the seams of his clothes. And then we can color it in afterwards. So problem now is I don't have the colors in coloring pencils for the rest. So I'm gonna have to, no, I'm saying in markers. I'm gonna have to put some coloring pencil in this. Grays and black. So let's try to do this. I think this should go. Should be like his. See, I've kind of got it like a pocket, but I don't think that's a pocket. I think I should put cufflinks there. Kind of looks okay as a pocket though. Let's do like a crisscrossy pattern. And then there's his robe. So we get a bit more color in it. And then we'll finish that off with like a marine or something. Now, it's her robe thing done. Let's go with bluey gray, so maybe. So if we go with let's go with this kind of color. We'll very lightly put it over everything. Alright, that's just to give it behind the colors. And then we will go with a black. over that. And then harder with this color. And I'm being very, what's the word, sporadic with this to give it a texture. And that's why I like layered it over 3 colors as well, because it gives us this color pencil texture, which is kind of good for clothes. Now, the only thing is we're not dark enough here, and we need to really like blend between everything now. So in the dark areas, go in with the dark black and try and fade between 2 colors. Now, that's kind of a Daenerys type clothes. Still didn't fix her lips. We get a light. Don't have a light pink. We go over really light with the red. Should get us what we want. Their eyes have no color at the moment. I'm pretty sure they both. I want to say blue eyes, but I'm thinking brown. Right. Jon has brown. Daenerys has a bluey-ish. From the picture I found. So we will make them those colors. So. Right, there's no space to kind of shade it down like we did for the big eye. So it kind of makes it look really soulless. So we're actually going to add a dark hit to the top and to the bottom, just to make them have a little bit more. And lastly, we need to do Jon's clothes. And for Jon, we're probably talking silvery more than anything because this is armor. So let's make sure that we get the lighter gray in on it a lot at first. I'm gonna go back over it with the darker gray. And then black over top. Now, there's a problem with the black. We need to topper it. This is the only color we needed to topper this whole. Show. Because this is a more leathery, we're not going to do what we did for Dany, where we kind of, there goes that black. Where we just went over everything really fast. We're going to try and segment everything. This black broke. Let's just top her again. No. Alright, now. Right, keeps breaking. I'm just going to go without the coloring pencil bit. Just color black as best as I can. No. So what I'm doing here now is I'm just going over heavy the like outlines where I think shadow might be, and then that will be us almost finished. Now, and then lastly, on Daenerys, we'll just shade this in a bit more. And then, final touch. We need something to sign this. What colors we got? Green would do it. Green marker would do it. This green marker, that's what we're signing it with. Where are we going? We're going to sign it on Daenerys' dress because there's space. Black here is too dark. This is actually not working. But it might work with the fluorescent. A bit better. I think that's good enough. Now, so if you are still watching this, fair play to you. That is the end of the live stream, and it was a long live stream. Let me know what you think I could do better in another live stream, and should I like pre-prepare a drawing, should I not do a drawing again, whichever you think. I'm also going to just do this for the sake of completion. Even though we're out of black marker now again. Shade that in at the top. All the way along here. Shade it in at the bottom. All the way along there. Now, that should complete that as best as we can. Okay guys, so I will see you in the next one. Good luck and have a great day. Good night guys.